Facts, just hard numbers. Why do I tell you this? Because things are moving, things are changing, even though we're not aware of them. But before anything, I'd like to say that I'm not a transhumanist. I'm not even a scientist. So the first question is, what am I doing here? The fact is that over the years, the ideas of transhumanism have more and more, stronger and stronger, got into my books, and this is a kind of inspiration. The fact that transhumanism got into my books, even though I didn't know about it, it's a sort of inspiring moment, the meme, the idea that is spreading and it's getting into something real. In this, sorry, do you hear me? At a certain time of my life, I would like to make a little example to show you in practice what I mean when I say that transhumanism entered my life. At a certain time of my life, I realized there was a chance to take. I was writing pages of words and creating characters. And one day I received a letter from Milan, which is the #1 publisher here, even for science fiction. And they say, "Dear Francesco Verso, I'd like to say that you didn't win, but you are a finalist of the Urania Award." That, of course, could be like a failure, but it gave me the strength to realize that I wasn't writing rubbish. So I started to write again, another book, and 4 years later, I received a call from the same guy, and he told me, yes, this time you won. So I took this as the first step of a transformation in my life. That means that my first book, Human Antidote, got me from amateur writer to a known writer. The second book, Idol, got me from being an unknown writer to a niche writer, a small market writer. The third book, which I just finished, got me from a niche writer to a professional writer. This little metaphor is just to stress out the fact that transformation is happening, and it's happening in big phenomena, just like in every person's life. And these moments, they all represent for me a point of singularity, a point where mysterious chances got into my path and developed. It is very important, as the transhumanism taught me, that dreams must be transformed into realities. Because without dream, you cannot make any reality come true. So I really want to stress this. Try to imagine a life without any dream, and you will not have any transhumanism. Because basically, the idea of transformation is the root of our nature, is really what differentiates us from animals. We are developing, we are transforming ourselves every single moment. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going into the 9-year reproduction of cells, but we feel this. We feel that stability is not stable. We feel that there is a paradox in this. So basically, I want you to I want to tell you how this transhumanist idea got into my books. One day I read on the paper that in the future we're going to have food that adapts to our taste. So people that like spicy food will like feel improved, feel augmented, hot in their mouth, and people that like sweet will feel more sweet. This rings some bell, and I started to write a book about global conspiracy running from the guts, running from the food we eat every day. And the second book starts from another idea that it's also, unfortunately, in every newspaper and TV show, it's about all the sexual abuse and all the sex crimes, strict literary or science fiction, say, point of view. But anyway, the idea of a food that, well, not a food, but some nanobots that can really affect the way we are fed is really interesting also. Things that you were saying about many people are dying, all these things. So Einstein and Ed Drexler and Robert Freitas are my mates at this time, every night, every day, I read about what they do. And it's hard stuff, but I think the idea is that as the function of sex has coming down and has lost its original function of reproduction, and we just do it for fun, the same could, I stress out, could apply to food. And we could stop depending on something, I don't know, ritual, social, of course it's good, but think about all the side effects, you know? Buying the food, carrying it home, cooking, eating, that is the nice part, washing the dishes, throwing the stuff, everything. So there is one step, one phase that you like, and there may be 5 or 6 that you don't. So I thought about, let's cut this. And let's imagine that you have some nanobots that are going to give you they're going to give you energy. Of course, then I have to work out some technical stuff, which I did through the sun, and imagining like you have nanobots on your skin, which are going to take energy directly from the sun. So you have a human being that looks like a tree, but it can move. So you can work out artificial photosynthesis, not having food. What you have people that start walking. So the book will be called The Walkers, Camminatori. And I imagine, of course, this is science fiction, so allow me some freedom of mind. I imagine that a small part of the population will slowly abandon living in cities, living in a stress environment, and start repopulating ancient sites, or moving as a nomad society, as a nomad city made of single people. These are ideas, but sometimes ideas come true. And basically, this is all that I would like to say. Regarding food, some people might say that stop eating is involution, is going back to something bad. But think about fast food. Think about, these nutrients. Think about the time we are allowed to eat getting shorter and shorter, So cut it off and see what happens. And if you want to make me your wishes, I really appreciate it, because this is going to be really hard for me to write this book. That's all. Thank you. If you have
process of science fiction writing works, but I've always wondered about why science fiction writers consistently cling to one system of writing a book with a beginning, a plot, and ending. Why not create a story which has you click something and then you have another story, and then you click something and you have sort of more a story web, sort of a wiki story, or a hypertexted story, or like linear plot, or what way you can wander around. There might be variants.
Believe me, if it was for science fiction writers, you would have that. But the problem is publishers.
Can we kill publishers?
Well, then you spit in the dish where you eat.
Second question.
No, wait. The third book, Livido, which is, I don't know, it's in Italian, it's like bruise. It's like the bruise you get when you get injured. I have 3 endings. So just for this answer, I have 3 different endings, and just because I want a quantum solution, which depends on the observer, I have 3 different endings. Some people will like it or not, I don't know, but I exactly did what you said.
The next question ties in with this. Why can't you get rid of publishers, like you publish yourself on a website or other more forum, and let your readers pay micro credits? Maybe you will be able to create a totally new business system.
I'm doing it. I am trying to do exactly what you suggest. The problem is that in Italy you need to have hardcore of readers that sustain your writing, otherwise you just don't get any money at all back. But as we see the development of ebooks, as we see the development of platforms, of websites, blogging and writing online and things, I think we are going in that direction. I don't know how fast it will happen, but I'm sure something. I don't really believe that the object of book will disappear, but the electronic book will surely improve, and it will open some other doors. But you know, if I do it, Francesco Verso is no one. But if Ian Banks, Alistair Reynolds would start this, you know, then the publishers, you know, what's their value? What's their value added? What they're going to do about that? Because if they move, you know, 100,000 copies, stuff like that, then you know, somebody might be frightened. I don't know. I might take the first step, but it's like, you know, one drop in the ocean. But that's it.
Can I just say, I think there are already many people taking this step in the whole transmedia community. Transmedia community is already looking at many different ways to engage participants in a narrative while providing multiple entrances and exits. This is already prevalent and is a large community that's infiltrating Hollywood, and Hollywood's trying to adapt it now as well. So they are.
No, actually, I agree. The problem is not just the creative part. Unfortunately, it's the marketable part of it. So if it turns out to be productive, it turns out to be, you get some money out of it, then everybody will go, oh, yeah, cool. But as long as it doesn't happen, then you're stuck in your traditional way. But believe me, a lot of people are trying hard to change this. The resistance we all talked about before. That's it. Thank you very much.